What a nice way to end a day that was rather gray and overcast and fair amount of showers and what have you. And now here, as you can see, you got the first campfire. You're seeing the first campfire of this road trip. And Yanae is yet to come out and join me for it. She's in there working away, interestingly enough. But isn't there a saying, I can see Canada from my camper? I think that was Sarah Palin. I can see Russia from my house. But no, she never actually said that. But nonetheless, as I'm sitting here looking at this camper, or looking at the campfire, there are, well, that's Canada, right across the shore there. Right across the river. I'm not quite sure what river that is, but nonetheless, those are Canadians on the other side of that water. And this is the first. This is actually the first campfire that that we've had on this trip, and actually probably it's only the third night that we've been camping on this trip. We left Fort Myers 2 weeks ago. We left Fort Myers 2 weeks ago tonight, and in doing so, I can recall the entire trip in its entirety. The first night was staying with Skip and Sue, and then the second night was I think the second night was New Orleans. Second night was New Orleans, and then it was on to Nashville, and from Nashville it was up to where did we stay? Stroudsburg, Ohio. And then it was with Jim and his wife Linda for a better part of, I think we were there a total of maybe 7 nights or something. And then we got the camper, and here we are in Algonac State Park in Michigan. And you know, I pretty much know where we're going to be staying tomorrow night. We're going to be staying up near Frankenmuth. I'm not going to pass up the opportunity to go to that town and share it with Yanae. Frankenmuth. If you want to Google that, Frankenmu, Frankenmuth. But tomorrow morning we'll get up at about 6. We'll get up at about 6 tomorrow morning, and from here we'll leave, and we'll be over and joining. We'll be over and joining one of my clients in Warren, Michigan. So gotta keep up with meeting the clients. I see a bag blowing away over here. This makes for good YouTube, doesn't it? But where the campsite is, just Sunday morning, everybody was just lined up and headed out, and this state park here is just rather empty. There's my camper right there. Get some nice comments on it. Zender's Restaurant in Frankenmuth, A1. Scott Abbott. All right, this is your neck of the woods, if I'm not mistaken. Zender's Restaurant. So this was the camper that I ended up with, and interestingly enough, there's a guy over here he's got the camper that I was gonna buy, and I was actually on my way to pick it up. It's a can't quite see it with the canopy, but it's an A-frame. Right behind that canopy you can see it. It's kind of folds up almost like a teepee, and I was gonna pick one of those up for about 20 grand. And Skip was telling me that when you go to these campsites, everybody's looking. You're walking around to see what's your next purchase going to be. I look at something like that and I think, damn, maybe that's what I should be kicked back in right now, and not this camper. But interestingly enough, that's a AC unit you see up on the top. That thing, we fired that up today, and it keeps this little guy Max rather nicely cooled. So, but anyway, so we are going from Frankenmuth. We're going to go to see the Ford Museum. You know, I'm going to go see the Ford Museum. I was thinking that I was going to go see it today, but it would have been about an hour, 20-minute ride down to see the Ford Museum, hour, 20-minute ride back up to see the museum, and it just didn't seem practical. But so we'll go to the Ford Museum tomorrow after calling on my client, and then it's going to be up to a RV park near Frankenmuth, I think is the pronunciation, and we'll be up there. Probably camp one night, maybe two, and then it's over to Silver Lake. Somebody told me I should go over to Silver Lake, take Yanae over to Silver Lake and see the sand dunes. So we'd be hitting Silver Lake probably Wednesday night, if I'm not mistaken. Probably hit Silver Lake Wednesday night or Thursday morning, and then from there I'd like to maybe go up and spend a night in or near Charlevoix. And this weekend it'd be nice to go to, I'm probably not going to pronounce it correctly, but Mackinac Island. Find a nice place to camp up there, and from there it is over to probably Sunday we'll be heading up through the UP, Upper Peninsula of Michigan. You know, those of you that live here in Michigan, you know, kudos to you, man. This state is one beautiful, beautiful state. When I was growing up in Cleveland, Ohio, every time I heard the word Michigan, you know, I thought of Detroit, and never really thought much of Detroit itself. And never, in my wildest dreams, did I imagine that Michigan is just a gorgeous, gorgeous state. I mean, it really is a spectacular state. I don't know if you'd say the same about it in the middle of the winter, but nonetheless, in the summertime, the choices, I mean, you could just take an entire summer vacation in this state. There's so many beautiful, beautiful destinations. But I think what we're going to probably do is head up into Upper Peninsula probably on Sunday, and find our way over towards Minneapolis next Monday or Tuesday. And from there, it's who knows? We might catch the route going straight across into North Dakota, or I might dip down. You must Google Passport America. It's a great discount camping club. Check it out. S'mores. Where's the s'mores? You know, Deborah, interesting thing. I don't have any s'mores here, and I really should, because I don't know what kind of wood this is. It's bark-free, heat-treated, coming from the Millwood Lumber Company or something like that. But anyway, I'm not quite sure whether we're going to just hightail it from Minneapolis across North Dakota, or I've got some clients in South Dakota, down in I think it's South Dakota. So we're going to go and look at that fire. That fire is just really nice. You know, this wood here cost, it was $5 for a bundle of it, or two for $10, if you would. But anyway, and then it's you know, you think about it, you just think about all the places that I want to see. You know, I want to go see Glacier National Park. I want to go to Yellowstone. I'd love to see love to go into the Grand Tetons. I'd love to go down around Bend, Oregon, and I've never been to Crater Lake. Love to go to Crater Lake out in beautiful Oregon. You know, go to Crater Lake, and from Crater Lake drop down into California. You think Michigan's got some nice spots. Boy, California's got the world beat by a long shot. And to pull into California and maybe spend a night or two up around Mount Shasta, and then head down the coast and go to go into, for example, the Avenue of the Giants. That's going to be fantastic to go down the Avenue of the Giants with my little guy Max and Yanae, and that's in Humboldt County. The Avenue of the Giants is a really long stretch of I don't know, maybe could be 20 miles of a beautiful highway right through a redwood grove, and that is something that's beautiful. So I'm looking forward to that. And then getting back into the wine country. You know, I'm trying to think where we should be for July 4th, and to go back to Sonoma County, Santa Rosa, the California wine country for July 4th is certainly nice. And then maybe over to Yosemite, and go up to Yosemite for a little bit before or after going to Monterey, and just parking the camper somewhere along the Monterey Bay would be oh, that'll be heaven on earth. And then down the coast to the new Napa, which is Paso Robles, and call on a friend of mine who's got a vineyard down there, and over to and then down to Los Angeles, or Ventura rather, call on some clients, and down into San Diego. It'd be wonderful to go back to La Jolla. Go back to La Jolla and then jump on the highway and get over to Tucson. Just playing all this in my head. It's a trip that I've done many times, but head over to Tucson, and from Tucson maybe catch the highway up into Phoenix, and then you got to go into the Sedona area. Get into Sedona, and then up into Flagstaff. The road between Flagstaff and the Grand Canyon is one of my favorite drives in the world. It is just absolutely beautiful. Pulling out of Flagstaff. Last time I did that, it was a beautiful Sunday morning, and just put on some John Denver and just cruised from Flagstaff to the Grand Canyon. And that'll be nice to pull into the Grand Canyon and then drive around to the North Rim and come back up through. Am I boring you yet with this story? From the North Rim, go from the South Rim up to the North Rim into Utah. I think it is Utah or Colorado, and go up into Zion and hit Denver. Hit Denver and Colorado on the way back, and hit Denver, and from Denver go over to Omaha, call on Certified, and then across Iowa. Then I was actually thinking, believe it or not, I was talking to a friend of mine today, Jim, where Yanae and I stayed, heading into the Cleveland, out of Omaha, headed do the 12-hour drive over to Cleveland. And one of my clients has got a big old yard where I could just leave my car and my camper, and Yanae and I could fly down to Florida, leaving my car and camper there in leaving the car and camper there in Ohio, and then catching a flight over to Budapest. That would be the ultimate. To go back over to the wine country of Budapest, or the wine country of Hungary, down by Pécs, to be cruising that wine country this summer in a car, just listening to some great music, and with some goulash levash in my stomach. That would be just incredible. Of course, I'd have to stop by and see Edit and Amadeo in Genoa, Italy. So that is sounds awesome. Yeah, it does sound awesome. And here comes Yanae. Yanae is coming over for her very first campfire experience, but she doesn't want to be on the video. I won't put you on the video, Yanae. Okay. So Yanae wants to. I won't put you on the video, I promise. I'm doing the fire. Just sit there. Okay? I'm just filming the fire, talking. Okay. This is your first campfire, yes? No, you've had campfires in Venezuela? Many campfires? Okay. We got to make s'mores. You know? We got to make s'mores. Yeah, just keep talking. She just wants me to keep talking to you folks out there. She doesn't want to be on the camera. She's got her walking shoes on. I think that she's going walking. Thank you for sharing your adventures with your subscribers. Did you buy bowls and cups after breakfast this morning? You know, we did. Let me show you the bowls and cups that we've got. We went to the dollar store. You know, we went to the dollar store and we picked up some bowls and cups. It's not really, you know, it's not really fashionable, mind you. But you see, we got our little workspace all set up right here. But the dollar store, we got, you know, the other thing that I didn't really fully realize, I bought this drying mat, you know, for drying towels, and damn it, I hate cats. Well, I don't hate cats, but I'm allergic to them. And yeah, no more eating out of. But you know, so I go get this drying mat, and I'm sitting here doing the dishes tonight, and I realize that it's all cats, you know, and I'm thinking, damn it. But anyway, no, we just picked up some little stuff. You know, we'll pick this stuff up as we travel. You know, these little cheap little bowls and a little salad thing and some plates, and we got a coffee cups and, you know, what have you. But anyway, so that's about it. That's really about it. And you know, I can't help but to keep thinking of how fortunate, how absolutely fortunate I am. I was thinking just a little bit earlier today that you know, it wasn't too long ago that I actually for health reasons, I was thinking that all my traveling days were behind me. To find myself on a trip such as this is just really mind-blowing for me. I can't even begin to tell you how fortunate I feel to be able to be on this road trip. But I got a call from one of my neighbors earlier today that's renting a home in the same community that I am, that the owner of the home wants to sell it, so he wants to sign a 1-year lease on my place down there in Florida. And I'm really tempted, because if he signed a 1-year lease starting in September, then next winter I could head down under, you know, maybe go hang out with the Great Oz, you know, hang out with the Great Oz, do the Great Ocean Road again, and you know, New Zealand and all that good stuff. So it is it's a big beautiful world, and to have the opportunity to travel it as I do is just really something, really something else. It's not something I take for granted for a second. I realize how fortunate I am, and how blessed I am to be able to travel the world. You'd have to Google it. Where am I? I think the actual city is Marine City. Marine City. It's probably about, if you were looking at a map. Yeah, I'm still in Michigan. I'll be in Michigan all week. But if you were looking at a map of Detroit, I am just up to the right of Detroit by about 40 minutes, at a state park. So, and that's Canada. You can see a big ship coming down the river right there. This almost looks like the size of the Danube in Hungary, and in some places it's probably a little bit bigger. But anyway, all right. So that's about 20 minutes of my narration. I'm going to go and share the campfire with my lovely lady, Yene. Yanae is a she's a gem. Yanae is a she is a real gem. Near the UP? No, Lynn, I'm near Detroit. I'm near Detroit. I won't be near the UP probably until Sunday or something like that. So, be in Michigan for the better part of a week. All right. Anyway, go Cavaliers, son. Let's hope the Cavaliers can pull one out for us tonight. All right. Have a good night, everybody, and take good care.